On today's show, we are going to be determining if any of these three creamers are worth adding to your morning coffee, or at the end of the day, if they're nothing more than a cheap shot. Hello, food freaks, and welcome to That's Rank. Coffee creamers have long been a staple of this channel, and while we have put a temporary pause on the reviews of the products, the makers of these creamers have never stopped innovating. They're up all night in their labs, testing flavor combinations, spilling their cream all over the place. It's where the term cream your shorts was actually coined. It was due to a tragic mishap over at International Delight. You know, it would be a real shame if all that hard work went unnoticed, which is why on today's show we are going to be taking a look at three creamers. This is going to be one cream-filled episode, and you're my cream-filled guest. You might want to think about taking a shower after this one. We're going to get today's party started with the fine, always ethical, never scandalous coffee creamer scientists from Nestle's brand Coffee Mate, and they're bringing us a coconut creme flavor. I love how they picked creme instead of cream. Like, somehow that's supposed to make it even tastier. Like, I get it. There's this whole romanticism around Parisian cafes and drinking coffee sexily. But I grew up in Quebec, and I promise you, there's nothing less sexy than ordering food in French. Hein? Écoute-moi, madame, j'en veux de la crème. Not to mention, in what French-speaking country are you getting coconuts from? You know, Burundi, maybe. Do they have coconuts in Burundi? Okay, yes, confirmed. They've got coconuts in Burundi. So if you're from Burundi and speak French, this creamer might be for you. Now, to ensure a level playing field today, we're going to be using instant coffee powder from Nescafe. Yes, guys, after months of pain, I'm finally out of the Krispy Kreme K-Cups, and somehow I've found an even worse coffee, so that's exciting. Yeah, that's definitely coconutty. It's almost maybe too coconutty, if that's possible. Like, it's overpowering. It smells like a stripper who's trying to talk you into buying shots for her and her 30 closest friends. I'm almost afraid that if I drink this, I'm gonna wind up broke and covered in glitter that I can't explain to my wife. Well, I was worried about the flavor being potentially a little too powerful, but it's actually not. It's really good. It's definitely on the rich side. It is a heavy creme, after all. But the flavor's a really good addition to coffee, and despite all the silliness of things like telling me it's triple churned, it's actually pretty basic, and basic's good. There's no need to get fancy when we're drinking Nescafe instant coffee. AJ gives it 5 stars and writes, loved the creamy taste. Arrived with no damage to the box. Love the convenience of delivery. Came so quick. A cream that came quick and didn't damage the box, huh? Well, it sounds like you had a good time, AJ, but I'd love to get your wife's perspective. Our second review comes from Levi, who gives it 5 stars and writes, I only received 1 bottle the second time I ordered this. I paid full price and did not want to go through the hassle of returning it and waiting days for my favorite coffee creamer. I'm a new twin mom and have an almost 5-year-old at home too. Plus, husband doesn't get off work after 10-hour days until 6 p.m. So I decided to drink my $20 coconut coffee creamer. Was anyone else really confused by all that? You know what? Nevertheless, Levi, congratulations to you and your fellow twin mom. Our second creamer today is the Starbucks White Mocha Blend, and they've made it very clear that it's not in fact a creamer. It's a coffee enhancer that is inspired by white chocolate mocha. I don't actually know what that means. Is that like how Carrot Top is inspired by humans? Like, I'm confused.
Check it out. This is a new baseball glove for the striking baseball players. We want more money! We want more money!
Now, there is actually a bonus to drinking this instead of ordering the drinks directly from the store. If you got the white chocolate mocha directly from Starbucks, first of all, the drink actually costs more than this entire container cost me, but it's also 430 calories and 53 grams of sugar compared to just 40 calories per teaspoon of this stuff, which you control. Now, of course, if you wanted 430 calories, you could certainly get there, but I would advise against it. Now, for this particular drink, Starbucks usually uses espresso, and I've got some espresso downstairs with my Nespresso machine, but that feels like a cheat. I'm not going to fancy this segment up. That would be unfair to the other creamers who are forced to suffer in these awful coffee blends. It's there, it just tastes like cream and sugar. I don't get anything fancier than that. It's certainly not a white chocolate mocha. It's fine, it's not offensive, and it's definitely better than whatever Harold's been drinking.
Harold, don't just shake your head. You've got to tell me what's wrong with the coffee.
Bad taste.
However, Buckeye Mom gives this just 1 star and complains, I tried this in an 8-ounce cup of coffee brewed with a Keurig. Typically, it only takes about 1 to 2 teaspoons of International Delight creamer to detect flavor. I used 3 teaspoons of the Starbucks creamer in my 8-ounce coffee and couldn't really taste anything. I shook the bottle well too. One other issue I had was that it was nearly impossible to unscrew the cap to remove the foil seal underneath. Product design needs to be rethought. I'm only 40 and I do not have arthritis. It shouldn't be that difficult to try to gain a grip on the cap. I'll probably go back to my old creamer. This product didn't wow me, but the price sure did. Ahem. I mean, the lid isn't ideal, but I'm not ruling out the possibility of arthritis. And if you're drinking more than 3 teaspoons of creamer in a single serving, possible diabetes as well. Meanwhile, Dismayed for Sure, who's certainly an optimist, gives it 1 star and says, I was so excited to see these creamers. I'm the world's biggest Starbucks white chocolate fan. This is gross. Tastes like a very inexpensive, flat, flavorless, sugary mess. No resemblance to the coffee house flavor whatsoever. I'm a creamer concierge, and I've tried almost every product on the market, so I know it's bad, and this is plain bad. Starbucks, team up with pros like Coffee Mate or International Delight to find out how to get this right. Glad I still have my Publix receipt. This is going straight back to the store. Well, you know what? Speaking of the pros from Coffee Mate... I know what you're thinking while watching that. Chris, why aren't you running away screaming? Turtles are super popular in Canada around Christmas time. I can't speak for the States, but our stores are absolutely packed to the gills with boxes upon boxes of turtles during the holidays. I'm a huge fan personally. I love the combination of caramel and chocolate and pecans. It's perfect. I've started to notice a trend with creamers that are chocolate bar inspired, and they seem to do really, really well during my reviews, and this one is absolutely no different. They nailed it. You know, it's rich chocolatey flavor, it's got the sweet caramel, and they even got a little bit of pecan lingering around as if to say, you know, I know we're not the most important part of this, but we're here. We matter. I know you do, little nut. I can't, in good conscience, rate this higher than the Coffee Crisp Creamer, which is part of the same lineup of these releases from Coffee Mate in Canada. The Coffee Crisp was so close to creamer perfection that it's gonna take a real banger of a flavor to take it down. But I think that this is probably my 2nd favorite flavor that I've tried, so if you can seek this out, I recommend getting your hands on it. Chelsea H gives this 4 stars and purchased it at Sobeys. I'm not a big Turtles fan, but figured I would give it a try. Definitely wasn't disappointed. I loved it and have added it to my rotation of coffee creamer. Yes, I have a rotating lineup of coffee creamers. Yes, I have a problem. Good for you, Chelsea. Admitting that you have a problem is the perfect first step. Personally, I'm on step 3, which is relapsing and continuing to drink my coffee creamer without any consideration for who I might be hurting. Well, I gotta say, this was a pretty good day all told. We discovered 2 fantastic new coffee creamers, and Starbucks was here too. Thank you as always for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.